Here are the top 12 running backs for fantasy football. Number 12, it's Jonathan Taylor. Just because Daniel Jones is coming back from injury does not mean Taylor will replicate those numbers from last season. He's had over 300 carries in each of the last 2 seasons, and the Colts have said they want to reduce his workload to keep him fresh. He'll still be a huge part of this Colts offense, but going as the RB4 around names like Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs, that is not going to be the right price tag for him. Number 11 is Josh Jacobs, and assuming he starts the season, he's going to be an absolute touchdown monster for the Packers this year. Considering he was banged up toward the end of last season, I think he bounces back and has a very safe floor for fantasy this year. Number 10 is James Cook. Could be a little bit low, but he's coming off a pinnacle season, somebody who had 300 carries and doesn't have the highest upside because of his receiving volume. I'm expecting those numbers to take a little bit of a dip from last season. He's still going to have the touchdown volume, still going to be pretty safe, but for someone who mainly relies on his rushing game for those fantasy points, I don't think he has much upside. Number 9, Omarion Hampton is due for a second-year breakout under Mike McDaniel. He could potentially be a 3-down workhorse back, and if he has a high receiving season, he could be considered a top 5 running back. But I do fear Keaton Mitchell could be more of the receiving back. However, he does have upside to be considered top 5. Number 8, it's Cam Skattebo as the 3-down workhorse back in the Giants offense. He's going to get the full workload. He averaged 15 fantasy points a game before his injury last season. If he stays healthy, he could easily finish as a top 10 running back. He's going to have probably around 70% of snaps for most of the season. And if that's the case, I want every part in drafting Cam Skattebo this year. Number 7, a lot of people are sleeping on Breece Hall. It was just a few years ago where he was the running back 2 in fantasy football. And just because he's on the Jets, everyone's like, oh, that offense isn't going to do anything special. Under Frank Reich, he's going to get a lot of receiving volume this season. I understand Braylon Allen could vulture some touchdowns, but the biggest reason why I love Breece Hall is his upside in the receiving game. Top 6 running backs next.